It wasn't a coincidence that you ended up here. You found this because deep down, something inside you is tired of the lies. Tired of feeling like you're doing everything right but still ending up confused, hurt, and wondering what you missed. This isn't one of those feel-good messages that tells you to just be patient and love harder. No, this is a wake-up call. A harsh one. You were never supposed to hear this because if you did, everything they trained you to believe would fall apart. They don't want you seeing women for what they are, because once you do, the entire dynamic shifts. You stop chasing, stop begging, stop compromising your dignity for a few breadcrumbs of affection. The truth is, most men are walking around, hypnotized, thinking women are the goal, the savior, the solution to their pain. But you were never meant to worship her. You were meant to master yourself. You've been trained to view women as the prized, delicate, emotional creatures who just want to be loved. You were told to be kind, be soft, be available, be everything you think a good man should be. But where has that gotten you? Most likely rejected, ghosted, or friend-zoned. Not because you weren't worthy, but because you were predictable. See, they don't teach you this part, the part where women aren't drawn to your kindness unless it comes with power. They don't crave your devotion unless it's paired with mystery. What you were told to offer: loyalty, consistency, the very thing that makes you invisible once she knows she has you. And that's why this truth matters. Because once you understand what really moves her, you stop acting like a beggar and start walking like a man who knows he was never supposed to chase. Most of what you've been taught about women is based on an outdated fantasy. From the moment you were a boy, you were spoon-fed this image of the ideal woman: sweet, caring, emotionally loyal, someone who would love you unconditionally as long as you were kind, respectful, and stable. But if you take a real, honest look around, that narrative doesn't hold up. Good intentions don't keep her, stability doesn't excite her, and love alone isn't enough. You see, what she says she wants and what she actually responds to are not the same. That's one of the first truths that hits hard. She may tell you she wants someone consistent, emotionally open, and willing to invest, but watch what happens when you become exactly that. Her interest fades, her energy shifts, she becomes distant, and you're left wondering what went wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You just did everything they told you to do. You became the nice guy, the available man, the emotional support system, and in return, you got ignored or slowly phased out. That's because women don't want what they say they want. They want what they feel, and feelings are not born from logic. They're born from energy, unpredictability, challenge. A man who makes her feel something deeper than comfort. Comfort is what she says she wants. Tension is what keeps her around. When you stop being a challenge, you stop being exciting. When you become emotionally available too soon, she doesn't feel the urge to earn your affection. And once she knows you're fully hers, she loses the very feeling that made her chase you in the first place. This isn't about being aware. Attraction isn't built through compliance. It's built through contrast. You start giving her loyalty, affection, and emotional presence, thinking that's the key to deepening the bond. You think showing her your heart will make her feel safe, appreciated, and loved. But slowly, almost imperceptibly, she begins to pull away. Her texts lose their warmth. Her enthusiasm fades. You start to feel her slipping, but you can't figure out why. So you try harder. You become more available, more patient, more giving. You think maybe, if you just hold on tighter, she'll come back. But she doesn't, because what you're offering is no longer a challenge, it's a guarantee. And that's the moment the emotional current dies. The spark she once felt begins to suffocate under the weight of your devotion. Not because you're weak, but because you're too certain, too consistent, too predictable. Women crave a feeling, not a checklist. You can provide everything she claims. She wants stability, loyalty, emotional availability, and still lose her interest. That's because she's not wired to be captivated by comfort alone. Comfort without polarity becomes boredom, and boredom is the death of attraction. She might appreciate the things you do, but appreciation isn't desire. Desire comes from uncertainty, from emotional highs and lows, from not being able to fully predict your next move. When you become the man who's always there, always saying yes, always giving, without tension, she begins to emotionally clock out. Her heart drifts, and you're left wondering how everything unraveled so quietly. You were never told this truth, because if you knew, you'd stop trying to win her with kindness and start understanding that mystery. Strength and emotional distance often speak louder than words. That's where the breaking point happens for most men. They keep pouring more of themselves into a connection that's already dying. They chase harder, become more emotionally available,